Intamin, why aren't you creating original concepts? Hey guys, today I'm analyzing Intamin's new coaster concepts. Let's dive right in. But first, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It doesn't take very long, and it supports me. So please consider taking that 1 second it takes to hit that button. The worst that can happen is that you unsubscribe later, so why not just subscribe right now? Anyways, let's get into this analysis. Let's start with the Hot Racer. I don't know what's up with Intamin, but it seems like they think you can combine two existing coasters and call it original. Making a single rail West Coast Racers doesn't count as original in my books. On that first one called Infinity, it seems like it's geared towards parks with a little less space. It's going to be a lot more compact, and I think it serves its purpose, but it definitely looks the weakest out of these three. I'm not really sure what a 360 versus S-hump means. I assume it's an inversion next to an airtime hill, but it sounds like a cool element. With only 333 meters of track, this could fit into some small plots of land, and I'm interested to see where this one could end up. The second one is called Overdrive. It's another one of the Hot Racers, and this one looks interesting. It will encompass 542 meters of track and will include the world's first wall ride dive. Not really sure what that would be like, but it's this weird thing. Also, it will include 2 launches throughout, and we can all assume they'll be solid launches. I think this will also be an interesting ride, but I think the next and last one will be better. The last Hot Racer model is called Autodrome. Who thought of that name? What is that? Anyways, that isn't the point of this. It will pack in a ride time of 75 seconds, which since this is a launch coaster, we can assume that this is the prime ride time. Wow, I cannot speak today. If it is, that's pretty impressive. You've got a solid 1,019 meters of track with a world record 20 dueling interactions. This video also states that there will be 2 launches, 2 boosts, and 2 race laps. I can assume 1 launch per side and 1 acceleration midway through the ride, and then obviously, most likely it would be a Mobius loop coaster. Let's see. Personally, I don't really see it happening. I don't know if any parks are really going to want to take a chance on these. RMC most likely can make better and cheaper custom Raptors, so why buy a more expensive one with less of a payoff for the future? I don't know, but if it's a Mobius loop, we can assume Magic Mountain will get one. Anyways, let's move on to ride concept number 2. So this next ride concept is called a vertical Lsm coaster. This is my favorite of the 4 concepts. It kind of reminds me of 2 existing rides. Sadly, this is a recurring theme with these new concepts, but I'll talk about that later. This ride reminds me of a Skyrocket 2 on steroids, but it reminds me more of a Skyline Skywarp Eclipse. They are very similar in shape and will probably be relatively similar in ride experience as well. This will feature a total of 3 launches plus a boost at the top that will help it complete the course. It will also go through the world's first zigzag loop. Interesting names you're coming up with, Intamin. Anyways, this ride should have some crazy hang time. That's one thing I love in a ride. I think they could sell quite a few of these, but it very could likely fail. We haven't seen a Skywarp Eclipse yet, so maybe there's a chance we won't see one of these for a while. Nevertheless, this would be a very cool ride, and I think we just need to wait it out and see. Yeah, next ride concept. The next one is called a Giga Splash. This one is interesting. Well, all of these are interesting, but this one especially. It seems like a ripped-off Powersplash, but they made it weirder. Like, I don't understand this. Well, it's not really a Powersplash, it's more like Journey to Atlantis at SeaWorld San Antonio. That one in specific, because it has that one big drop at the end. I don't know. I don't really like this concept, though. Let's see. This will feature a very strange 285-degree panoramic lift hill. Basically, it spins so you can see your surroundings. That's it. And apparently the vehicle features theater seating for a breathtaking view. If you are like me and have no idea what this means and are expecting me to explain it, I don't know what it is either, so I guess we'll just have to see what it is if this model ever actually comes to be. It basically looks like a glorified water coaster. Basically, one huge drop into a small hill into the brakes. Very weird. That seems to be a theme with these concepts. They're just so weird. It's very unlike Intamin to have such weird but very safe ideas like these. They are normally a manufacturer to be all out with their ideas. They normally have these very different but unique concepts that look awesome. All of these seemed like they were taking on an existing ride and putting their spin on it. It seems like they're being a little bit like B&M with these ideas, which that's not really a bad thing because B&M is a great manufacturer, but it's very different and strange. Anyways, back to the ride itself. It will stand 40 meters tall with an 87-degree drop. It'll hit a max speed of 100 kilometers per hour, which I would assume is pretty fast. I think that's around 80 miles per hour. Before hitting the splashdown, you'll go through an airtime hill hitting -1 G. It's safe to say that'll be an awesome airtime moment. After that, you slam into the water, creating a massive splash of water. According to Intamin, it'll have a giga-sized splash zone and a pedestrian bridge so that the bystanders can get soaked and not ride the ride. Genius. Overall, I think this will be an interesting ride model, and we'll have to see if people will buy this instead of mock water coasters. Oh no. Our fourth and final model is called the Ultra Splash. So I guess this was supposed to be like a power splash. Interesting. The first thing Intamin's concept says is state-of-the-art track structure. I feel like they should have started with, this is absolutely not original at all. That would have been a little more accurate. Anyways, the next thing they state is that it will have a high-capacity single-station operation. They continue by saying nothing and showing a POV of a ride layout we all know, because it already exists. And then when it hits the splashdown, it says, it's an impressive wave splash for viewers and riders. If you've seen a water ride before, I'm pretty sure that's not what's so impressive about it. But okay, Intamin. They proceed to call it a highly dynamic with unique airtime moments. Those aren't unique airtime moments. There's a ride that's exactly the same. I am completely in shock that Intamin actually thought to release these concepts. Most of these are either the same as another ride or combine other rides that already exist. I really cannot believe Intamin played it so safe. They've always been about going big or going home, and with this, they definitely did not stick to that. I guess we'll see if this benefits Intamin at all, but I don't really think it will. Here's the problem. If these are just as much money, if not more than the original rides, what's the point of buying these if they haven't been proven to work or bring in any crowds? I think the best concepts are the first two for sure. The dueling single rail is interesting and will have some cool elements, and their vertical LSM is fairly original as well. It's similar in shape to a Skywarp Eclipse, but not in the actual ride experience. I think that this has a high likelihood in being the best and also most successful for Intamin. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, let me know by giving this video a like. What's your opinion on these ride concepts? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching my analysis of Intamin's 4 new ride concepts, and have an amazing day. Peace out.
So averagely, to be safe, you want to go 1, 2, and then it'll show green on the screen, right? That's a lot of room, right? Averagely, most ride obstacles will just walk by and be like, not even touch it, just. And that's how they'll test the seats, right? Okay. Now, for some reason, when they see coaster enthusiasts wearing shirts, here's how they do it. So we go 1, 2, that's safe. We want to go one more, just not make it so obvious. And then they see it and they're like, oh man, what are you doing? What's the trick? And then what they really do is just be like, there we go. And then that's what they do. All clear.